Hi, have you ever been in an accident before?
Yes, I was in a car accident last year.
Oh no, were you hurt?
Fortunately, I wasn't hurt badly. I had some bruises and a sprained ankle, but nothing serious.
That's good to hear. How did the accident happen?
It was my fault. I was texting while driving and didn't see the red light. I collided with another car that was crossing the intersection.
That's dangerous. It's important to avoid distractions while driving.
I know, I learned my lesson the hard way. I haven't texted while driving since then.
That's a good decision. Did you have to pay for the damages?
Yes, I had to pay for both cars' damages. It was a lot of money, but I had to take responsibility for my mistake.
That's responsible of you. Accidents can be expensive and dangerous. It's important to be careful.
Definitely. I'm lucky that I wasn't hurt badly and that the other driver was okay too.
Yes, accidents can be scary. I've never been in one before, but I'm always careful when I'm driving.
That's a good habit to have. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Definitely. Well, thanks for sharing your experience with me. I'll be sure to be extra careful on the road from now on.
You're welcome. Stay safe out there.
Hi, have you ever been in a serious accident before?
Yes, unfortunately, I was in a pretty bad car accident a few years ago. It was a scary experience.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Were you hurt badly?
Yes, I suffered from a few broken bones and a concussion. I was hospitalized for a while, but thankfully, I made a full recovery.
That must have been really tough to go through. Can you tell me what happened?
Sure. It was a rainy day, and the roads were slick. I was driving on the highway, and a car in front of me suddenly slammed on their brakes. I didn't have enough time to react, and I rear-ended them. The impact caused my car to spin out of control and hit the median.
Wow, that sounds really scary. Did anyone else get hurt?
Fortunately, no one else was involved in the accident. It was just me and the car I hit.
Well, I'm glad to hear that no one else was hurt. Accidents can be so dangerous.
Absolutely. It's really important to be careful and aware of our surroundings when we're driving. Even a small mistake can have serious consequences.
That's so true. It's really important to avoid distractions while driving, like texting or talking on the phone. We need to stay focused on the road.
Exactly. And if we ever see someone driving recklessly or getting into an accident, we should call for help and do our best to assist if we can.
Definitely. It's important to be a responsible and compassionate driver. We need to look out for each other.
Absolutely. And if we're ever involved in an accident ourselves, we need to stay calm and call for help right away. We should never try to handle the situation on our own.
That's really good advice. Accidents can be scary and overwhelming, so it's important to have a plan in place.
Definitely. It's better to be safe than sorry. Well, thanks for talking with me about this. It's important to raise awareness about the dangers of accidents.
You're welcome. Drive safe and take care. Hi, have you ever been in an accident before?
Yes, unfortunately, I have. It was a few years ago, and it was a pretty scary experience.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened?
I was driving on the highway, and a car in front of me suddenly swerved into my lane. I tried to avoid it, but it was too late. We collided, and my car spun out of control and hit the median.
That sounds really scary. Were you hurt badly?
I was lucky to only have some minor injuries. But my car was totaled, and it was a really stressful situation to deal with.
I can imagine. Accidents can be so overwhelming. What did you do after the accident?
Well, first, I made sure that everyone involved was okay. Then, I called the police to report the accident and get help. They came quickly and were really helpful in getting us off the road and dealing with the aftermath.
That's good to hear. It's really important to call for help right away and not try to handle the situation on your own.
Definitely. And it's also important to exchange information with the other driver and get their insurance information so you can file a claim if needed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Accidents can be really expensive, so it's important to have insurance and take care of the paperwork.
Exactly. And it's also important to take care of yourself after an accident. Even if you don't feel injured, it's a good idea to get checked out by a doctor just to be sure.
Yeah, that's really important. And what about preventing accidents in the first place? What are some things we can do to stay safe on the road?
Well, first and foremost, it's important to always wear your seatbelt. That can really make a difference in protecting you in case of an accident.
Yeah, that's so important. What else?
Another thing is to obey traffic laws and signs. They're there for a reason, and following them can help prevent accidents.
Definitely. And what about distractions? I've heard that texting while driving is really dangerous.
Yes, distractions like texting or talking on the phone can be really dangerous. It's important to stay focused on the road and avoid distractions as much as possible.
Okay, I'll remember that. Thanks for the advice. I hope I never have to experience an accident like you did.
You're welcome. Just remember to always be careful and aware when you're driving. Accidents can happen to anyone, but being prepared and responsible can help prevent them.
Hey, did you hear about the accident on the news last night?
No, what happened?
There was a multi-car pileup on the highway during rush hour. It caused a huge traffic jam and a lot of people were injured.
That's terrible. Do they know what caused the accident?
They're still investigating, but it looks like it might have been caused by a driver who was texting while driving.
Ugh, that's so dangerous. People really need to stop texting and driving.
Yeah, it's such a dangerous habit. And it's not just texting, but also using social media, taking selfies, and other distractions.
Exactly. It's so important to focus on the road when you're driving. And if you really need to use your phone, pull over to a safe place first.
Definitely. And what about other causes of accidents? Like driving under the influence?
Yeah, driving under the influence is a major cause of accidents too. It's so important to never drink and drive, or use drugs and drive.
Agreed. And what about speeding? That's also a big cause of accidents.
Yes, speeding can be really dangerous. It's important to obey speed limits and drive at a safe and reasonable speed.
And what about wearing seatbelts? I've heard that not wearing one can be really dangerous in an accident.
Yes, wearing a seatbelt is so important. It can really save your life in an accident. And it's not just the driver, but also all passengers need to wear their seatbelts too.
Right. And what should you do if you're in an accident?
First, make sure you're okay, and then check on others involved. Call the police and ambulance if needed. Exchange information with the other driver and take photos of the accident scene. And make sure to contact your insurance company as soon as possible.
Okay, got it. It's so important to be prepared and know what to do in case of an accident.
Absolutely. And remember, accidents can happen to anyone, so it's important to always drive responsibly and safely.